one. And then to this one, there was some interest in UAVs. This is actually Kystbanen in just out here at the coastline going from Copenhagen to Elsinore. This fixed-wing drone is actually our own development. It's actually the first Danish-developed drone to have permission to fly in urban areas in Denmark. There are other drone UAVs that have the permission, but they're not developed in Denmark. So this project was 35 kilometers of railroad with an accuracy of 2.5 centimeters. Now, this kind of project, as Peter was talking about, well, UAV has a limited range. This drone has a range of 80 kilometers, so it has quite a lot of range. It can fly in urban areas 40 minutes, outside urban areas for 80 minutes, because we can have more elements in it. But this size of project, sometimes we would go to a manned aircraft instead of just leasing a helicopter in. So this one is on the edge. But it's really just a matter of choosing the platform for your sensors. Do you use a UAV? Do you use a manned aircraft? Or do you use satellites? In this area, we use the GNSS for the pre-positioning of the camera positions to get a fast calculation of our resulting 3D model. Actually, we also use the FLIR and other multispectral sensors. Not so much for railroads, but for power lines, agriculture, for investigation of building structures. Another place, and we're using a lot of different equipment, but it all comes back to that we need the signal here from the GNSS. This is a mobile mapping system. You can equip it on cars, and you can even equip it on trains. We didn't try that yet. We're hoping to do it soon. So the other one was using photogrammetry. Could be a laser if it's a manned aircraft. In this one, we're using a dual laser, rotating lasers, together with a high-density camera and an RTK GPS. So in that way, you get a really good positioning of the laser scanning as you go along, and you can produce really a lot of transport corridors in a very short time. And you get a really nice accuracy, also down to a couple of centimeters. In the post-processing, when you're talking post-processing of GPS, we actually go down to 1 millimeter of accuracy in world coordinates. That's really, you can even, if you take the datum out, the continental movement out of your projections, you can actually see how the continent is moving over even a few years. That's really amazing. In this kind of systems, we're down to these couple of centimeters. And then we even take it below ground, and I have to be fast here because I stole this illustration. This is our boat. It's a small one. It's made for Danish waters, so it has to be able to go into shallow grounds. But it does come with a full censored pit for operations. So we use multibeam here. Again, with in sensors to get the roll and pitch of the boat, and then with the multibeam echo sonar, so that we get not only the water level, but we also get some other densities. So you have the soft ground and you have the hard ground of the seabed. So again, it's a small simple boat, but the equipment inside is actually quite complex and gives you this 3D model. So we're actually using GPS together with scanners to produce models 3D models or point clouds, even from air, from Earth, and on sea. You know, it's when we realized that, we were actually quite amazed. And the thing is that we can combine all these methods. We can even go into to building structures with the latest scanner photogrammetry and build all these kind of models together in one complete point cloud. And then of course from there, this is kind of our raw data. Usually we take it a lot further and we will try to distillate our data. It could be into BIM models if it's in construction. It could be in agriculture. It could be into fertilization maps, or it could be into height curves. It could be into volumes. Right now we're making a project with one of the big construction companies where we're using drones, just the cheap drones that you can buy in a hobby shop, the DJI Phantom, everybody knows them, 4 rotors and quite a cheap camera, but we have some good ground control points in the construction area. Then we let the constructor, it should be the construction manager on site, the site manager. He loves to have a drone, so let him fly it. Actually, he's not flying it because it's the thing about UAVs are that they should be flying themselves. They should be flying a predefined flight route, and so it is actually just throwing it into the air, and then he's playing with this one, but nothing happens. But it's nice to have it in your hand. But what we're doing is letting him having it. He can make observations on the construction sites when he finds it necessary. He doesn't have to wait for some kind of land surveyor or whatever. He can do it when he needs. He can upload the data to our server, and we will post-process the data, give him back the volume changes he needs, the documentation of this as-built documentation for the construction site. We were expecting this technology to be something that the client or the client advisors, the engineers would be asking for, but actually luckily this kind of use of UAVs with the satellite data is something that's actually demanded by the constructors, because they actually want to be sure that they deliver what they promised. So actually it's the constructors that is asking for as-built documentation and is willing to pay for it. I think that's very, that's actually a very good news.